Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, and today's Coach on the Couch is Coach Canfield. Laschel is the varsity Spencer girls fast pitch coach, and we're very happy to have you here. Thanks for coming in today.
Yes, happy to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, well, we're going to have some fun. We're going to learn all we can in a short amount of time about this year's version of the Spencer Rockets and how the girls are looking forward to a season that I'm told is going to start at some point.
Yes, hopefully.
We had combined in the last 2.5 weeks, so we sit here on April 19th, in the last 2.5 weeks, a combined 30 inches of snow, which doesn't do well for outdoor sports like softball.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Might be kind of fun, though, but that's for a different show. So we're going to talk to Laschel a little bit and get to know her, and then we'll talk a little bit about last year's team, and then we'll come into this year's team, give you a season preview, and make sure that you come on down to watch all the games right in Spencer. And so for those of you that live there, just a short drive, and anywhere else, these girls have had a really good run. I'm told coming up on 50 straight conference wins, and they're certainly going to have a lot more this year. Also, a reminder: live sports this year can be found at ZaleskiSports.com. So. Laschel, your first year, you're a rookie coach.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, good. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on that. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with these girls. So let's just first start with your history in softball.
My history is I graduated from SPASH, so I'm a droner born. And years ago, though, and then I went down to Texas to play ball for junior college because I needed to get out of this weather. So I try to remind the girls, like, I understand it's difficult to play up here with all the weather. And it's never been this bad when I was playing. But and then after junior college at Blinn, I went to university in West Virginia, and then I played a little bit of AAA down in Decatur, Illinois. So. Played a lot of ball, been around it for a long time, so took a little bit of break to start having kids, and then been back for about 8 years now, so it's been fun getting back into coaching. I never thought I'd like it as much as I do, but I love it.
Yeah. Let's go back to your playing days a little bit and talk about maybe a coach that made an impression on you, or just maybe a fun memory of a coach that you might have had.
Oh my gosh, Droner is an awesome person to play for. He brings such energy and enthusiasm to it that it's just, you can't help but get contagious with it. And I hope that that's something that I can bring. But my junior college coach was phenomenal. He broke down the game into such tiny little pieces. And this was before the technology that we have now today. And I just remember like watching my throw for the first time in slow motion in the the clicks of the camera. And that was years ago. So it was just like, wow, I didn't know that happened. So how much he broke down the game was really phenomenal to me, and we went to nationals my freshman sophomore year. Sophomore year we went to nationals down in Florida, and he was a tiny little guy. His name was Rick Church, and he actually was the Canadian pitching coach for their Olympic team. And so he was just so much fun, this little ball of energy. And I had never seen him get so excited in a game. It was just going to nationals. I also went to state my senior year at SPASH, which was awesome, but nationals for junior college is a whole nother level.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, you've got a lot of experience, a lot of good things to bring to these girls. They're fortunate to have you. So let's talk about that. Why Spencer?
Well, I knew about the opening last year. I had been at the middle school for 5 years here in Marshfield, and I had known about it last year, and I had thought about it, and I was kind of ready to take that step up to, there's a lot more administration that goes into being a varsity coach, and I felt more ready this year to go for it and do it, and it's hard to break away from kids that you'd been working with for a while and go to a different city, especially one with such a great reputation. Big shoes to fill. So I really felt like I was ready, and Coach Gorst really trusted me with the team, which made it a little bit more comfortable to go there, to have the confidence behind the hiring portion of it. So I was really excited to take the step up. Yeah,
good. Well, congratulations again. So you didn't have any intimate experience with last year's team, this being your first year. What did you know about last year's team?
I've read a lot about the games that they've done. I read a lot about Coach Gorst, what he's instilled with them with leadership and team sportsmanship and all that kinds of stuff. I've heard about their success, of course. A couple of their kids would come to the Marshfield camps, and so I'd seen some of the kids, and just knowing their work ethic and stuff, and hoping that I could steal with that. I don't really know too much about them, and everything that I've read about what they do seems really phenomenal. I can't wait to build on that.
Right. I mentioned earlier the long streak of conference wins, so that'll be first things first, I suppose, with the way that the season has unfolded so far with the postponements and such. Yeah. It could be you just jump right into conference schedule.
Oh, yes.
Could be.
It could be. Yeah. It could be conference, and it could be only conference. You know, once we get into it a little bit, you know, we're not even going to reschedule any of our non-conference games. Okay. Hopefully, we get to play this weekend some non-conference, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But next week games, some of them are already canceled, and then it should just be conference and go at it, and lots of games upon games upon games. So. Right. Hopefully we have some depth in our pitching, which we've been working on a lot. So,
yeah, it would be something to keep an eye on as all the spring sports eventually get started, and they will. We've had these kind of seasons before. They don't happen very often, but we've had them before. Again, you're watching Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, and we're visiting with Spencer, girls softball coach, Laschel Canfield. So let's just talk about this year and your expectations. Let's just start for you. As a first-year coach, what are your expectations?
Oh, my expectations are for the kids to love the game of softball, which in Spencer they do already. All the kids that have come out, they just really have latched on to all the teachings and are really, really enjoying it. And that's number one, especially when you're not able to get outside. To have them come to the gym every day after day, not being able to touch a real ball yet because we're using still flexi balls. And just hitting without real pitching. It's hard to keep the motivation up. But we are really talking about not losing that conference streak. It's really important to our upperclassmen, and it's really important to me to make sure those shoes that I fill, I work them really good. So. Right.
You mentioned some of these girls have never lost a conference game.
Yeah.
So there maybe is some expectations. You got to get them to keep their edge, though. They can't take it for granted, right?
Oh yeah, one game at a time is what we talk about. Can't overlook anybody. You just never know who can come sneak up on you. So we're just one game at a time and really focusing on not letting our guard down.
Yeah, and when you've got that kind of history, sometimes the other teams they put a target on that game on the calendar, and they will ramp up a little bit more.
Yes, they do.
For you. So okay, let's maybe just get into then. Maybe goals for the year, and if you don't want to say them out loud, that's fine. I know how coaches are sometimes.
Yeah,
but, obviously, winning conference has to be a goal. Winning a couple playoff games, going to state. Are those on the radar for this team?
It's really on the radar. We have a great pitcher, Tiffany. She's fantastic. I know how hard she's been working from a young age too to get that, and. I know the seniors, they're looking for it. The Thorpe loss last year was really tough on them because they were doing so well all the way up into playoff season, and then some things didn't go their way. And so they're really, I try to get them not to go too far into that because that still hurts a lot. And especially talking to a couple of the seniors, the loss against Thorpe last year in the first round really sticks with them. And so I'm trying to get them to not focus so much on that, but to get going. But yeah, it's definitely in the sights. Yeah. So, and it's going to be a prize at the end of a long tunnel. Yeah. But we want to make sure we hit all the bumps on the way there.
Right. You mentioned seniors. So just through practice so far, talk about senior leadership and why that might be important for your team.
I've always thought it's important. The teams that I have been on that do well have strong leadership and have kids that are willing to follow. And that's what Spencer has already. When first day I walked in, I could see a lot of leadership happening, and I saw a lot of the freshmen just latching onto that and really following it. And it's one cohesive group, which is really nice, especially walking in as a new coach for them welcoming me with such open arms, which, Coach Gorse is awesome. And I was like, oh, these girls are gonna, I don't know how much they're gonna fight me. And me and Coach had a lot of things in common, but I am changing some things up. And they welcome me with open arms. Lexi, Sadie, and Hop, Kaylee Hop, Benzel or whatever.
Pepperdiesel.
Yeah. They're fantastic. Hop is actually, she has such great team building activities that she does with the kids, and all the kids participate in them. They make breakfast for the kids in the morning, and for their whole team. And I just think that's phenomenal because they're working on that team cohesion and working together off of practice as well as on. So it all snowballs into this one beautiful team that they're forming. Those upperclassmen are fantastic.
Yeah, so you heard it here first. Breakfast in Spencer tomorrow morning, and we're going to get some of that. So, as you know, Coach, being a player, that the team you start with early in the season isn't always the team you end with. All right, there are there's a lot of growth, a lot of things happen, a lot of change. Who are maybe a couple girls that we can keep an eye on as we go out to the games this year? As they've got potential to rise up. Yeah,
well, all three of those seniors are also excellent on the field, especially with Lexi's catching and Sadie. And I think you could put Sadie anywhere on the field, and she'd be fantastic. There's another senior, Leanne, who's really working hard. She works hard every day, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some good things out of her this year. And then there's Chloe, a junior. She's been working hard on her mound technique and everything, and that's been fantastic because it's a lot of work. And me being an ex-catcher, I expect a lot out of pitchers and catchers, and I work with them a lot, and their expectations are really high. And they've been rising to the challenge. And Chloe and a freshman, Alexa Post, actually has been doing really well with working on her technique as well because she's a workhorse at Alexa Post because you can put her anywhere on the field too. I also have a foreign exchange student, Ida, from Europe somewhere. And I've heard a lot about her that anything she does is just golden. And so anything you try to have, and she's never played softball before ever, and you tell her to do something and she does it phenomenal. And I've asked her many times, is there anything that you can't do? And then I also have Northrop. Kaylee, she's a track star, and she wanted to try out for softball this year just to try it out, and she comes and works hard, and she's doing track and softball, which I just think is fantastic. I'm a big believer in well-rounded athletes, and she does phenomenal, and she's got speed. Yeah. They got a lot of speed. Araya, she's got a lot of speed. Expect big things, big hits out of her this year, too. She's got a bat. But yeah, and all the girls, they're working so hard. I try to always keep my mind very open, and a lot of times they're, well, where are we going to play? You just don't know. You look at Oklahoma's team. They have their third baseman going out to outfield in postseason. You just never know, and I don't like to ever be set on anything in particular, except for Tiff. Tiff on the mound is a must.
That was not penciled in.
Yeah, that one's pretty locked in. Yeah. But especially with the games being game after game after game, we do have to have the depth, and so we're not leaning on her too much, and having the other pitchers ready to go, and they're working hard.
Yeah, good. Well, Coach, the season will start. I'm not a weather forecaster at all, although I could probably do it, because what do you really need to know? I'm told that 60-degree temperatures are on the way here in a couple days, and so that means the snow will melt, and as long as there's not another snowstorm behind it, we should be good to go. And I guess at this point you got to say that. Having 30 inches in a month, you've just got to be wary of that. But the season's going to start. It sounds like you're going to have a great year. I wish you all the best of luck. And I'll remind everybody to get out and watch these girls. They're going to have a lot of fun this year. They're on a hot streak already. Yeah. As they say in Vegas, they're on a heater. And so get out and watch them. And again, ZaleskiSports.com, your place for live streams this year. And on Facebook, Zaleski Sports Show. All the highlights that we can gather up for you. We're going to have a lot, as we said, Coach, of events all happen at once. We'll get to as many of them as we can, but we know that we'll see you for sure this year. So thanks for being on the show.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, good. And good luck again this year. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Coach Laschel Canfield and the Spencer Rockets. Thank her and everything that we did here today. We had a lot of fun. So thanks for watching Coach on the Couch, and we will see you next time.